On November 4th, 2010, while on patrol on Central Avenue, Sergeant LeClair observed a vehicle parked on the side of the road and watched as 3 individuals exited the vehicle with hoods over their heads. 2 of the individuals began walking towards a neighboring residence, with one heading in the opposite direction. Believing this activity to be suspicious, Sergeant LeClair proceeded to observe the subjects and noticed them go to another residence and began walking around the back of that property. After observing the suspicious activity continue, Sergeant LeClair elected to stop and interview the 3 subjects. While investigating the activity, the subjects' accounts varied, and it became more apparent that these individuals were casing the residence for a possible breaking and entering. A check of their vehicle revealed prescription medication and assorted items to include loose jewelry. The parties were taken into custody, and the vehicle, along with its contents, were seized. Once at headquarters, the vehicle was further inventoried, and numerous other items of similar nature were recovered. Upon further interrogation, it was learned that the individuals were conspiring to break into several residences in the area, and the items recovered were found to have been stolen from residences that were already broken into. In addition, these individuals were found to be responsible for breaks in several other jurisdictions. As a result of Sergeant LeClair's keen awareness and thorough investigation, 3 felonious criminals were apprehended prior to committing more crimes in Johnston. Numerous stolen items were also returned to their rightful owners. Sergeant LeClair's actions on this date display the utmost dedication to serving the people of this town, and he will be awarded the Commendation Award. Sergeant LeClair, I ask that you remain up front. I'm also going to call to the front Major John Perrotta, Patrolman Charles Psilopoulos, and Patrolman Derek Parascandolo. All 4 officers were involved in the same incident and were being recognized for their actions during that incident. Patrolman Charles Psilopoulos and Derek Parascandolo will be receiving a Commendation Award, and Major Perrotta and Sergeant LeClair will be receiving a Department Ribbon. On April 27, 2010, a call was received for suspicious activity at a residence on Hartford Avenue regarding a possible B&E. And if you haven't figured it out by now, B&E is breaking and entering. The caller gave a description of the possible suspect vehicle and its occupants. A broadcast was given to all units, and Major Perrotta immediately observed the vehicle at the intersection of Hartford Avenue and Atwood Avenue. While in his unmarked police vehicle, Major Perrotta followed the vehicle and broadcasted his observations to coordinate a safe felony car stop of the vehicle with the assistance of supporting units. Major Perrotta then attempted to stop the vehicle, however the vehicle sped off, leading Major Perrotta on a pursuit. Once on Route 6 East, Sergeant LeClair and Patrolman Parascandolo immediately took up position as the lead vehicles, with Major Perrotta assisting. Upon approaching the curve prior to the merger of Route 6 and Route 10, the suspect vehicle lost control and slammed into the center median and crashed. Both suspects bailed out of their vehicles on foot, with Sergeant LeClair and Patrolman Parascandolo giving chase. Both officers were able to apprehend the operator of the vehicle as they tumbled down the highway embankment, which left Sergeant LeClair with a broken wrist. The passenger managed to scale a tall fence and fled onto the old abandoned Colonial Knife Mill in Olneyville. Patrolman Psilopoulos, assisted by Detective Stephen Lopez, immediately made their way over to the mill and met with several Providence units in the area. Both officers scaled the same fence as the suspect and began a search of the vast complex with the other officers. After a lengthy search, these officers located the second suspect hiding on the roof of the building. The suspect was apprehended, and both parties were later charged with the B&E of the residence on Hartford Avenue. They were also charged with breaking into a residence earlier that same day on Atwood Avenue. Once back at headquarters, it was discovered that these 2 individuals were responsible for dozens of similar B&Es all over Rhode Island and Massachusetts. And this arrest led not only to their capture, but also the recovery of multiple stolen items. If it were not for the keen observation, tactical response, courage, bravery, determination, and most importantly, teamwork displayed by these 5 officers on that day, these 2 career criminals would have continued their crime wave, and many other people would have fallen victim to their ways. It is with great pride and admiration that Major John Perrotta and Sergeant Brian LeClair are awarded a department ribbon, and Patrolman Psilopoulos and Parascandolo be awarded a commendation award. Congratulations. We get one last round of applause for all the officers who received the recognition.